Good morning. Good morning. We're going to do some makeup this morning, and today we're going to focus on pharmacy makeup because I've had a couple of requests about pharmacy makeup, and so we're going to get right into it. I'm actually starting with something for my lips. It's like a primer, but it's also kind of like a super chapstick. And I'm really, really dry this morning, so I'm just going to put that on to keep my lips softer. Now, pharmacy has been around for years and years and years. They're relatively new to the United States, but they have a bunch of offices around the world, and so they're available to a lot of people. I started selling probably 3 years ago because it was something that interested me. I love makeup, and I tried a couple of their products and loved it. So I don't really do a lot of active selling. I just kind of place my links out there. So if anybody's interested, they can try it. But as I said, I had a request to do this, so we're doing full pharmacy makeup today, as much as possible anyway. Now I've got two primers, and we'll talk about the two that they have on the website. This one is going to be a silicone primer, and those are the clear kind. They're not really great for oily skin or acne prone skin. The other one is the Strobe primer. Sorry. Let me turn off my do not disturb if I can so that nobody calls me. Nope, don't think it's going to happen. Okay, so this one has got a little bit of like this one is going to be more matte, and this one is going to give you a little bit of a dewy look. So I'm actually going to combine them, and I'm going to put a little bit of the clear one on my nose because it does a great job of filling in pores. And I have my worst pores are on my nose. So I just want to make sure that I get enough there. I'm just going to spread out the excess onto where my other worst pores are, which is going to be pretty much right here and here. I don't get too concerned about the rest of my face when it comes to pores, and I really just want to thin that out. But I'll show you the purple primer as well, even though you can tell that I like it because, more of these have ended up like that than anything. Now, I'm in North Alabama, and it is freezing here, so I would love to hear what the temperature is where you live. It's actually 0 here with a wind chill of -17, which is not the coldest that it's ever been, but it is definitely getting there. Now on this one, I actually like to wear this a lot in the summertime just by itself for my no makeup days because it gives me a beautiful soft glow. So I don't know if you can tell on camera where that has just given me a little bit of brightness or if that's showing up or not. But it just gives you a little bit of a glow. Like you couldn't tell if you didn't know that you put it on, you couldn't tell what was different. And I've actually had people say, "Oh, what have you been up to? You look different." So it's just a nice dewy glow. Perfect for adding a little bit of moisture and just a little bit of glow for those no makeup days. Love it. Love it. Love it. Love it. And I actually will wear that up underneath my eyes as well. And I'm going to go ahead and do that right now because I really just have a little bit of my skincare on, and I can always use a little bit of moisture here. And of course, a little bit of brightness. So I'm just going to let that sit. Now, I'm not going to use Pharmacy's eye primer, their eyelid primer, because honestly, I don't like it. So it's another reason that I wanted to do this live was to just go over things that I think are a waste of money with their brand and then things that I think are really, really good. So their eye primer for me is a no-go. It's just too thick. Even if you try to put it on thin, it dries really, really fast, and it tends to make things, if you've got sort of that little bit of crepey skin or it's getting really, really thin on your eyelids, I think it's a no-go. If you're, say, under 35, maybe under 40, and your eyelids are in really good shape, go for it. It's beautiful because it actually has a nice color. It will cancel out all of the discoloration on your lids and look beautiful, but at my age, it's a no-go. So I'm just putting that under my eyes a little bit, and then we'll let that sit there. I love this also on the back of your hands. And then I'm going to shut up about this. But as I'm using it, it's like I haven't used it for a while, but as I'm using it, I remember where I love this and why I love it. It's just creamy and nice, and it looks gorgeous on the back of the hands as well. And since I forgot to put my moisturizer on, I'm all dry and yucky, so. All right, now I can see comments and things coming in, but for people who are watching on replay, I'm going to wait till the end to address those things just so that we don't slow things down. And I have a tendency to get off on topic anyway, so excuse me. It's cold. I need my tea real quick. Try not to slurp. Okay, then we're going to start out with what, in my opinion, is the best foundation on the pharmacy website. And I will give you my website in the description when I'm finished, but I just want you to pay attention to, like I said, my likes and dislikes, because some of it is not worth your money. I think all of their foundations are great for different things. Today I'm going to use their VFX Pro. I think actually, if that's the only thing you ever looked at there was their concealer and their foundation, you'd be winning. The VFX Pro is great because it looks better on camera than the other ones. So, but they definitely have some beautiful options for dry skin, for people who don't, like to feel anything on their skin at all. Absolutely some gorgeous things. And we can talk about those later in the year as we begin to dry out, if anybody's interested. So I'm just going to grab my not even too clean sponge. It is damp. This is not from Pharmacy, but they do have sponges. And my tools today will not be by Pharmacy because I really only have a couple of them here close by. Their brushes are fine. I have their concealer brush is amazing. But aside from that, it's just a brush. It's nothing to die for. It's nothing special. So if you have something that you love, stick with that. I am out of my Pharmacy finishing spray, so I'm going to use the one that I always use, which is by Skindinavia. I always like to give a little spray on my brush so that I can set my makeup and be done with it all at once. I'm feeling cat hairs, even though I shoved the cat in the house. I feel she's here with me somehow. So I'm just going to dab a little bit of that, just kind of thin it out on my hand. And now I've got some. I'm going to start in the middle of my face and just pat it out. As with most foundation, less is more. And I'm going to concentrate in the middle because that's where I'm going to need the most coverage